the highest priority. Being able to read is as important as having a roof over one's head. We understand how difficult the choices and decisions that you are faced with are. However, there should not be a price tag on educating our children. Please reconsider the cuts in education in order to give every child a chance to succeed and ensure the future of Prince George's County. Thank you.
Nancy Watson.
Good evening. My name is Nancy Watson. I've been a taxpayer and resident of Prince George's County for 33 years. Additionally, I've been a teacher in Prince George's County for the past 20 years. I'm here tonight to ask that you reconsider the drastic cuts in funding to the county school system and the pending recommendation of cutting reading recovery from our budget. In these grave financial times, it's important to consider programs such as reading recovery for cost effectiveness and proven results. Reading recovery narrows or closes the achievement gap for children who are most at risk. Reading recovery works, and the data proves it. Reading recovery is also cost effective. Long-term illiteracy poses grave risks. Each child who does not receive reading recovery as an intervention in first grade and subsequently has to be retained costs our county approximately $12,000 per child per year. In addition, many children who receive help from reading recovery avoid the costly process of referral, screening, and special education services. This is a significant cost benefit for the county. For the past 18 years, reading recovery has directly resulted in rising test scores, lower retention rates, and more students reading on grade level. Currently, Prince George's County is nationally acclaimed as having the largest, most successful reading recovery site in the nation. 2 years ago, federal stimulus money was used to fund 1/3 of the county's reading recovery teachers. The remaining 50 teaching positions continue to be funded through the county school budget. Thus, the pending termination of the federal stimulus money only affects 1/3 of the current positions. The remaining 2/3 are being directly cut out of the county budget. Please consider funding reading recovery at some level next year. If not, the expense already incurred will be wasted. There will never be enough money to retrain and recertify everyone. But for me, the most compelling argument is our precious children. How do you put a price tag on the gift of reading? When I try to answer that question, I think of faces of real children I see each day. I picture Hakeem, who learned to read while battling sickle cell anemia and undergoing a bone marrow transplant. I picture Matt, a homeless student in our county who was living in a campground. I could tell he had read every night by the campfire, evidenced by the smoky smell of his little books each day. I picture David, who was falling behind because he couldn't pay attention in the general classroom, and he was falling behind in spite of the fact that his mother was a teacher. I live in Prince George's County. I work in Prince George's County. I'm proud of what I do each day. I want to be proud of the schools I represent. I want to be able to tell my neighbors that they don't have to move to another county. I want to believe that my little granddaughter can attend her neighborhood school with confidence. Please have the courage to fully fund our schools and provide for the needs of our most vulnerable children.
Good evening, everyone. County Executive Baker.
Kind of tall.
All right, there we go. Okay, my name is Deborah Pierce, and I live in District 8. I established a nonprofit organization in District 8 in 2006. The mission of Trade Prep, which is the organization, is to provide services to low-income and disadvantaged youth and young adults ages 13 to 24. We provide life management, educational, and workforce development skills needed to be effective leaders in the home, productive employees in the workplace, and socially and civically responsible citizens in the community. For the past several years, Trade Prep has provided its services through the Season of Preparation and Empowerment Program to youth in D.C. and Maryland, and serving as a mediator between the student and trade skills training programs that include IT, hospitality, and culinary arts. We are on a fast track to provide a connection to the healthcare industry and construction. Trade Prep is a member of the Maryland Association of Nonprofits and a proud member of the Human Services Coalition of Prince George's County, Maryland, who has provided us with thousands of dollars worth of technical training and executive coaching through the Nonprofit Incubator Program, of which we have been significant benefactors. It was through this network that Trade Prep has had the opportunity to partner with other nonprofits providing wraparound services that meet the needs of the entire family, as well as having affordable space from which to operate and provide transitional services. The Community Network Consortium, which is located in District Heights, is beneficial to the whole entire county. Some things are happening. Well, more things are happening that's good in Prince George's County, and I would like to see changes made in regards to the support given to nonprofit organizations. We should not have to wait for students to be expelled from schools to get transitional services. We should not wait for our young people to be locked up before intervention is provided. We should not wait for young people aging out of the foster care system and become homeless before they receive sufficient help for independent living. And so I'm asking for more support and funding to be allocated to the work of the small nonprofits in Prince George's County. Because while we're behind the scenes, we're doing great work, and we're a very good support system to county agencies who are seeking us out to help us in the work that they are charged with doing. Thank you.
Henry Turner.
Good evening, County Executive Baker. I'm Henry Turner. I'm a resident of Upper Marlboro, and I really want to thank you for coming to the south part of the county and letting us know that the south part of the county does matter. And I think everybody in here thinks that we're an important part of Prince George's County, and we thank you for being here today. But today I speak to you not as a southern resident of south part of the county, but as the chairman of the Commission for Veterans. A commission that represents over 77,000 veterans and their family members here in Prince George's County. That represents more than 25% of the population in Prince George's County. We have a Veterans Commission that represents those individuals that has no budget, that has no staff. That doesn't send the proper signal to the veterans here in the county of the importance that they've given to their country and the importance that they are here in Prince George's County. What veterans want is an employment opportunity. They want contract opportunity for their small service-disabled veteran-owned businesses. They want housing assistance. And they want Veterans Affairs clinics located here in Prince George's County. What we ask you is to please take a look at how we can make our veterans here in Prince George's County feel part of the community and want it, and to attract other veterans to want to live here in Prince George's County. We have the ability to do that, and I think from one veteran to another, we can make that happen. Lastly, we ask is, let's not miss the opportunity that BRAC is bringing to Prince George's County like we missed the opportunity with the Census Bureau in Siouxland. Thank you very much.
The work that he's doing and for keeping this critical issue before us. So I just want to publicly thank you for that, and we will certainly take a look at it. Thank you.
Martha Mahaly Black.
Good evening.
Have to take off the glasses. County Executive Baker. My name is Denise Fields, and I'm the Associate State Director for Community Outreach for AARP. I'm here on behalf of AARP and our more than 800,000 members in Maryland and 125,000 members that are in Prince George's County. I would like to state that we recognize the difficult decisions that were made to develop the county's that are going to be made to develop the county's budget for 2012. I'm also a resident of Prince George's County. AARP is a leading voice on issues important to county residents age 50 plus. Our members have expressed concerns about state and county government cutting services and raising taxes and fees. 2 out of 5 AARP members in Maryland are employed, and more than 30% have experienced a reduction in income or a loss of job in the previous 18 months. Older Marylanders are also concerned about affording the cost of their utilities, staying in their homes as they age, finding quality long-term care, and consumer fraud or identity theft. People are having to make difficult choices in paying their bills. Do I pay for heat? Do I pay for prescriptions? Do I pay for food? Do I even pay for housing? AARP is pleased and was very pleased about the 2011 budget that allocated an additional $20,000 to the Area Agency on Aging to assist elderly victims of abuse. The 2011 budget also gave an additional $20,000 to the Retired Senior Volunteer Program. We hope that funding in these areas as it relates to abuse and for volunteers that we need to help with so many services in our county are not eliminated or cut back. We also hope that funds allocated to improving services delivery and protecting the health and welfare of our citizens are greatly needed. As more older residents lose their jobs or have difficulty in securing employment, they will look to the county services to help them to make it through the day. We implore you, County Executive Baker, to be mindful that critical services and programs are needed to help families survive and remain independent. We realize that the current fiscal landscape makes some cuts unavoidable. However, programs that serve those 50 plus should be protected to ensure that the families remain intact and strong. Thank you for the opportunity to share these comments. AARP is committed to working with our elected leaders proactively and productively to improve life for older residents in Prince George's County. Thank you.
Good evening. My name is Debbie Wood, and I'm a Reading Recovery Teacher Leader in Prince George's County, and I've been a proud teacher of Prince George's County for 37 years. I've always felt that Prince George's County decision makers have put their money so that at-risk children can succeed. As you're aware, the proposed cuts to the school system are made due to lack of funding by the state of Maryland. As a very large county, our demographics include urban, suburban, and rural communities. Our children are not a one-size-fits-all school system. Some young children come to school completely confused about the reading process, and it's necessary to supply specialized reading instruction for them. This is provided by Reading Recovery. My colleagues have already spoken about it, and I would like to invite you to come and see us teach so you can actually see what we do. It truly makes a difference in the lives of our children, yet it is scheduled to be eliminated. To my remarks, which my colleagues submitted, I attached a tale of 2 first graders, one who received Reading Recovery in the fall because they were the lowest in first grade. They're now reading at above average level. Another student who was low but not low enough is still reading below grade level and is now in Reading Recovery, where she will hopefully get what she needs. Prince George's County also has students, though, who are talented in performing arts, junior ROTC, and many other areas that also deserve the specialized programs designed to meet their needs. Many of these programs will be reduced or limited by transportation issues. Media specialists are scheduled to be reduced. They impact literacy and technology instruction. Guidance counselors are scheduled to be reduced. In this time, when the news often reports of suicide, bullying, and cyber misconduct, how can we even consider impacting children's access to these positions? The Band-Aid approach to education in our county will jeopardize our county's financial and growth futures. Before a business of any sort comes to a county, they look at the resources. The first resource they look at is to see if the school system is adequate to support the families that they employ. We will not be competitive in recruiting new families or businesses to Prince George's County, and many families and businesses may decide to leave if all we can provide is a bare bones education. It seems that the state of Maryland has made some changes to the formula for allotting funding for our students, and that the children of Prince George's County are on the losing end. Please talk with your colleagues, state legislators, to demand more funds for children. As we say in Reading Recovery, the children are worth the effort.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Let me just say this, Wood. I would love to come and see the program. I should, in full disclosure, say to my child, my middle child actually was part of Reading Recovery, who is now in college. And on a personal note, and I'm sure that Mr. Hemmer will not like me saying this, but having actually experienced the program and what it does, I understand it fully. So thank you for inviting me.
Catherine Burridge.
Good evening. My name is Catherine Parrish. I'm speaking this evening on behalf of the most at-risk students in the Prince George's County Schools. I am proud to say that I am a PG teacher with 20 years experience in our schools. Over these many years, I have seen many positive programs put into place to help those students most at risk. At this time, I am stunned that some of these positive measures may be cut. Many of our at-risk children are being raised in homes where books are not available to them. Our school librarians work hard to circulate books that our children take home. If the responsibilities of some of the librarians are doubled, it is likely that their workload may be overwhelming, thus decreasing the frequency of the circulation of books to the children. The all-day pre-kindergarten program also serves those most at risk. This program is in danger of being reduced from full-day to half-day sessions. Priority for this program is given to students with the lowest household incomes. In pre-kindergarten, children are exposed to literacy and mathematical concepts that they may not be exposed to at home. The pre-K program serves to level the playing field for those low-income students when they enter kindergarten the next year. Once again, Reading Recovery. That's who we are. The Reading Recovery program is a tutoring program, as you know, offered to the lowest 20% of students in first grade classes. The program is in danger of being eliminated completely. Last year, 82% of those children who received Reading Recovery service left the program reading on or above grade level. Many of the parents of these children cannot afford to pay for tutoring services outside school. Academic intervention needs to begin at the first grade level before at-risk students fall far behind their peers. In closing, I ask you to move to fully fund the school budget for the sake of the students most at risk. Thank you.
I want to thank everyone for coming out tonight and giving us input as we develop this budget. Certainly, I also want to applaud you for being the biggest crowd that we've had in all of these budget meetings. I also want to applaud you for coming up with the most suggestions on how we made cuts in so thank you very much, and we'll be back.